Surely everyone still remembers that around 80 years ago, 2 consecutive nuclear bombings on the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed more than 100,000 people. Perhaps these were the deadliest nuclear attacks in human history. The silver Boeing B-29 Superfortress, known as Enola Gay, belonging to the 509th Squadron and piloted by Colonel Paul Tibbets, took off from the runway, carrying an atomic bomb capable of rewriting world history called Little Boy. After a 6-hour, 1,500-mile flight, the 509th, commanded by Colonel Paul Tibbets, arrived over the Japanese mainland. 30 minutes prior, Tibbets' assistant, Morris R. Jepson, had removed the bomb's safety mechanisms before reaching the target. Everyday life continues as usual. The elderly savor a peaceful cup of morning tea. The younger generation hurries to work, and the children dash off to school. At 8:15 a.m. Hiroshima time, the Enola Gay dropped the atomic bomb Little Boy over central Hiroshima. The bomb detonated approximately 600 meters above the ground. The explosion occurred in less than a second, releasing energy equivalent to about 15 kilotons of TNT. A brilliant white flash of light engulfed the city. A mushroom-shaped fireball formed, rapidly expanding. The radius of destruction was 1.6 kilometers, affecting an area of 4.4 square kilometers. An estimated 90% of the buildings in Hiroshima were either destroyed or damaged. In the aftermath, at least 90,000 people were killed immediately. Among these, approximately 2,000 were Japanese Americans, and 800 to 1,000 were American citizens studying in Japan who were unable to leave when the war broke out. It is estimated that hundreds of Allied prisoners of war perished in the blast. Not stopping there, according to statistics up to December 1945. Thousands of people died from injuries and radiation poisoning, bringing the total death toll in Hiroshima in 1945 to 140,000. On the same day that the bombs were dropped, Vice President Harry S. Truman solemnly declared to the world that if Japan did not surrender, if they do not accept our terms, they may expect destruction from the air, the likes of which has never been seen on this earth. But once again, contrary to the US's expectations of a negotiation table, the Japanese leadership remained indifferent and refused to surrender. That was why the US decided to drop a second atomic bomb just 3 days after Hiroshima was destroyed. The B-29 boxcar, piloted by Major Charles W. Sweeney, carried the atomic bomb Fat Man, with Kokura as the primary target and Nagasaki as the secondary. 2 B-29s had flown an hour earlier to assess the weather, while 2 others accompanied Boxcar to measure and film the mission. Sweeney took off with the atomic bomb, poised to create an earthquake that, 80 years later, people still remember with pain. When Sweeney's plane reached the air rendezvous point off the coast of Japan, a third B-29, piloted by the group's operations officer, James the Boyne. Hopkins Jr., on a photo mission, failed to make it. Boxcar and the B-29 on a survey mission circled for 40 minutes without meeting Hopkins. Already 30 minutes behind schedule, Sweeney decided to fly off without Hopkins. The bomb officer aboard Boxcar, Kermit Bayhan, released the Fat Man bomb. which contained a core of approximately 6.4 kilograms of plutonium-239 over the industrial valley of Nagasaki. A massive nuclear fireball with a radius of about 222 meters, 243 yards, engulfed the city center, generating a peak temperature of 3,871 degrees Celsius, 7,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds of about 1,000 kilometers per hour, 624 miles per hour. The blast radius was 1.6 kilometers, with fires stretching from the northern part of the city to 3.2 kilometers, 2 miles, south of the explosion. Everything within the radius was destroyed, from houses, cars, trees. Some estimates put the death toll at 70,000 out of Nagasaki's 240,000 population and 60,000 injured. Faced with an unprecedented double disaster in human history, Japan finally announced its unconditional surrender to the Allies on August 15, 1945, and signed the surrender document on September 2, 1945, on the battleship USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay, officially ending World War II. After 80 years since the atomic bomb explosion marked its entry into human history, its devastation continues to haunt the minds of the Japanese people and the grief of individuals worldwide. Many wish that Japan had surrendered sooner, that the United States had chosen not to drop the bomb, but instead found another way to end the war, or that there were countless other what-if scenarios. If there were no war in this world, history would be different, and countless other reasons come to mind for people today. However, history remains history. Let us reflect on the past together and look forward to a better future. One where atomic bombs are never used again, allowing the world to live in peace and progress.